Hello everyone, it's Peak Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another drawing video for you, and this edition will be focusing on the iconic character known as Wolverine. Now I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with this character, still the most famous and iconic member of the mutant superhero team known as the Xmen. His mutant power of course is his ability to self-heal and regenerate from injuries. Also, following being captured and experimented on, he has the indestructible bone skeleton made of this substance adamantium, which is an unbreakable substance well known within the Marvel universe. This results in him being able to extract adamantium blades from both of his hands, 3 each on each side. And Wolverine has always been a fan favourite, not only within comic book fandom but also within mainstream culture. He has an ongoing series of his own individual comic books and storylines, as well as being a well-established member of the long-running Uncanny X-Men comic book series. In terms of media and live-action interpretations, he's been represented in multiple forms and novelisation. We look at, in particular, the iconic 1992 animated X-Men series, later on in Wolverine and the X-Men, the animated show from 2008, and also most notably and most famously, he's starred in multiple blockbuster movies with Australian actor Hugh Jackman in the role, following first the original X-Men series directed by Bryan Singer and later Brett Ratner, and then he's gone on to star in multiple individual solo films, X-Men Origins, The Wolverine, and of course most famously and most well liked overall, Logan, which was way back in 2017. So when it comes to drawing Wolverine, you want to make sure that you have a good sense of drawing musculature and ripped and really bulky physiques. Concentrate very much on the chest and the arms, and particularly the abdomen as well. Wolverine in most forms generally has that really thick, bulky physique about him. He has these huge kind of hairy vascular arms, so make sure you're adept at making sure you can draw all the different muscular strands and tendons and tissues in terms of the shoulder, the bicep and the forearm as well. And of course, learn to how shade the muscles, because you really want to give that thick, more three-dimensional look to him as you continue to add more of the veins and the different cuts within the body type. So just make sure you can add in different shapes and shade in using multiple inks or pencils if you like, to really give that thickness, and that will in turn make the figure more imposing. We also look at his claws, and really there's multiple ways that different artists interpreted them. We generally have 3 different types. So you have the more thick blades look, as I'll show you on the screen right here, and then you also have the more straighty, pointy, more realistic looking blades as well, the much more thinner and pointy lines as you see in the middle part of the screen. And in other multiple interpretations, Wolverine has been known to use bone claws, so really a natural form of his actual skeleton. There's been various storylines where he's had the adamantium taken out of his bone structure, leaving him with much more bone claws as well. So it really depends on what you prefer as an artist. What do you think is most easy and most effective for you to use? You can use all 3, it doesn't really matter in any case, just as long as you get the general shape. Try to draw them at a reasonable length, not overly too long, because that will really look out of proportion with the rest of the shape of the character. So in terms of poses, you want to try and draw him in very much of a crouching pose, very much of a hunched pose, with him of course using his claws sticking them out. You don't want to draw him in a straightforward standing straight pose, because that looks very bland. It doesn't really emphasize the imposing nature of the character. So just practice drawing where he's got his hands clenched and really claws showing on both sides. That really just emphasizes the kind of animal instincts within the character. And then as you progress on, if you want to draw more action and dynamic poses, focus more on Wolverine slashing and throwing different angles as well. Really emphasize the point of his using his claws and he's slashing down or hacking down different objects. Again, as I've stated in previous videos, you can use certain action lines and draw from different angles to really get that direction and point of kinetic energy that we always associate with the character. So as usual now, you will see some rough sketches that I've produced before I go on to drawing the character. If you watch all of these videos by now, you know this is something that I always do when practicing the character. So as usual, they don't have to be perfect, they could be in pen or pencil, and I really keep doing it until I get really a good familiarity and bond with the character, and I feel confident enough that I can go ahead with the finished piece, and therefore when I actually produce the finished piece I'm not constantly rubbing out and starting again. It just helps me produce it a lot quicker. So that's it for now really. If you are a fan of my artwork, I'll provide links for both my Instagram and DeviantArt profiles, which you can log into, and you can see multiple pictures of different characters that I've drawn. I've mentioned many times I can draw pretty much any character, whether it's from Marvel, DC, Image Comics, Star Trek, Star Wars, or any other particular franchise. So if you are a fan of my artwork and you have a favourite character that you would like to see me draw, let me know in the comments or contact me on one of my many social media platforms, and I will leave all the links to this within the description as well. Other drawings coming soon within this ongoing series include Sentry, Spawn, Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, Superman, and the female superhero known as Witchblade. So those will be the next up and coming pictures within this ongoing series. But as I mentioned before, if there's any other characters that you'd like to see me draw, if you have a favourite anime character for example that you'd like to see me draw, then also let me know in the comments and I'll try and produce those for you in the future. So please hit and like those subscribe buttons and help me try to grow this channel and continue to provide you with high quality content in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and enjoy my drawing of Wolverine.